Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and it's time for the last rip where we recap some of the day trades I took, take a look at some of the swing trades, and take a look at some of the top gainers on the day. HH hopefully will be back tomorrow. If not, Friday sounds like that could happen. So we'll be back to normal scheduled programming very soon. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in. The SPY pulling back some more today, even dropped below 450, gave that support a test. 450 and the 10 days right there, but it ended up pushing back up just enough to hold above it. So with this buying pushing back up, we could be seeing the market pump back up again. It may bounce off of there and pump back up to 455. There's a bit of an indecision, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. If it's a red day tomorrow and it drops below 448.92 and makes it a lower low, then we'll probably see that pull back to the 50-day. But more than likely, the market's probably going to get pumped up. So I only took 2 trades today. I took a shot on BBIG. It had started running here and had a nice little pullback, little body of that candle, and then followed by a nice green candle that was pushing up. So when it started to break 11.25, I jumped in there with just 20 shares. Wasn't wanting to risk much because the market was so choppy, and it just got rejected there pretty hard. And I tried to hold it for a little while, but on this candle here starting to dip, I had to get out of it because it looked like it was going to pull back pretty hard, and then it immediately rebounded after I got out and ran all the way up to 12.50. This is the trend we've really been seeing, where stocks are not breaking out in the first 30 minutes or even the first hour sometimes of the market. The breakouts are coming the middle of the day or towards the end of the day. BBIG did it, ended up selling off, hitting that all new high of 12.50. So I would say we'll see some more pullback from it. I don't see it running anymore tomorrow. It closed in after hours under 10, so probably nothing there for a few days. That was an $18 loss. And then I traded ANY. Annie, this thing has given me fits the last couple of weeks. I just cannot nail it down. I saw this nice rip up here. We were going real bullish, but it was 3 bars up, so I probably should have waited. Shouldn't have took this entry. I took 50 shares at 685, which is close to the top there. And then we got a double top, which is just the tops of 2 candles being about the same spot. Normally it's exactly the same spot, but that's still close enough. And then it pulled back, so I held through that to see if it could bounce. And it did bounce, so I started adding some more on the way up here. And it started breaking. Had a real hard time breaking $7. But I was expecting a lot bigger move out of this, not 720. And of course, after it sold off, it ended up bouncing around the 200-day and pushing all the way up to 750 before market close. Did close pretty strong, holding above 7. So I did get in this on my Webull account. I sold a half of one of my Ethereum. Maybe I'll regret it, maybe not. But I'm going to be using my Webull account to swing, and Hal is getting into swing trading more too, so he'll be swinging some more. If there's opportunities to make money, we might as well take them, right? So because it held up all day today, I did buy 50 shares of this at $7. So we'll see if it gaps up in the morning or if it pushes up. It may dump. It is a possibility, but on the daily chart, it's looking pretty good. Got that red candle there on that support of the 10-day, followed by this bullish green candle. Not a lot of resistance ahead of us. So that resulted in a $20 loss. So altogether today, I lost about $39, just 2 plays not breaking out. But I was trading, against the trend. That first 2 hours of the market, the SPY and everything was dropping pretty hard and trying to rebound, and they continued to drop. So when you see the ETFs like this, the SPY or the DIA or the Qs, or if you're looking at the NASDAQ, start dropping and dropping, and you're trying to get breakouts, you're probably not going to get them. You're fighting against the trend, and remember, the trend is your friend. It probably would have been better off not to trade the whole first hour and a half today. So just throwing this out there, since we're having bigger rips later in the daytime, maybe I start doing the stream later in the day. and doing like a after lunch to power hour stream, and Hal will be on his channel in the mornings doing the stream. If you guys like that idea, let me know in the comments. It's something that we've been talking about, maybe as an option instead of both of us trading at the exact same time, to see more live trading and not have to jump back and forth between two streams if you do that. And maybe some of you guys out there don't catch the morning live streams, but you could catch the afternoon live stream with me. It's an idea. I'm willing to try it out. If that's something the community wants to see, just let me know down in the comments. Now, there was one big runner today, EFTR, and I think somebody might have mentioned this one in the live stream this morning. I don't know. There's a lot of stocks that were flying in the live stream chat and that were popping around with little pops and stuff, but I don't remember really looking at this one that much. It had a very nice explosion though. But we look back, you can see last Friday we had a little pop towards the end of the day, and it sold off but held the 200-day all the way through to this morning. So when buying volume come in, seeing that support right there, the 200 hold, it just started ripping, but it never stopped. Let's see, it doesn't look like, no, they don't have any PR. So I'm not sure why this thing is ripping that big. It is pretty low float, but it held most of its gains at 27. So this could be a continuation possibly, but it is up pretty high. It did close below 30, so it's got to break 30 and hold 30 if it's going to continue to rip. One to keep on watch tomorrow, but in this high area, it's going to take some capital, and it may not rip. It may have a pullback. But if you did trade this today, very nice job making some good profits on this, because there was multiple entries that you could have took on this. You could have took this first one here where all the EMAs crossed over, or waited for the pullback, let it consolidate. Actually made kind of a little cup and handle there. So you could have got it on the consolidation towards the end, holding that support, or right here for the break of the cup and handle, and been able to ride it up to there, and then just another consolidation just like that. It just kept making nice consolidations and then big rips up. So other than that, there really wasn't too much else I saw going on. So we're going to check out the swing trade watch list and see how all these performed. Oh yeah, we got some pretty ugly performers here. SGRP, that with a pretty big sell-off. Still possibly could be one to keep on watch, but it does look like it's coming back down at the moment. RHE, I actually did buy some of this on Webull, because I saw that it had popped up some today and held its gains, and then was starting to get a little bit of buying in after hours. So I got in right around this 940 area, which is pretty low for this, because it just popped up to that 14 area and had a little red candle there. Today being a green candle following. That's a bullish engulfing pattern there. So we should see a rip up to $10, maybe a break over $10 tomorrow or the next day. But this is a very low float stock, only 1.7 million shares outstanding, so it could easily drop hard, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Been on an uptrend for most of the year. Socket down 2%, but still holding above that 10-day moving average on the daily chart. So just looking for that to start testing 7 again, or a little pullback maybe to the 650 area. Wafu down a little bit. Wafu just still not doing anything out of this break. I'm going to take Wafu off the list. Just not doing anything. Oxbar down 4%. And it looks pretty bearish now. Got this downtrend here. Did bounce off of that support, but didn't make much of a move. So I think I'm going to take Oxbar off. AATC up a little bit. Didn't make much of a move today, but just continually slowly creeping up to that $9 area. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. I want to see it pull back a little bit, maybe below, back down to the 750. I would have liked to got it down there, or maybe at the 50-day at 725. But we'll see. It's got some potential still. Yeah, XTLB, that does not look good to me. I'm going to take that off too. And then CLWT, this might be a possible entry on this tomorrow as it dropped to the trend line. We want to see it hold the trend line tomorrow. And then you can see a nice push back to the $4 area for a possible breakout soon. So the market's still pretty mixed. I mean, we can see that on the SPY and stuff, but a lot of the big boys selling off. If you saw the video earlier about the mark-to-market taxes and the taxing on unrealized gains and taxing on interest of derivatives, that could shake things up if those taxes go through, so go check out that video. But we'll be back tomorrow for some more live stream trading in the morning, and we'll see if this crazy market rebounds or not. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.